In the 1960s, the sexual revolution began, and the whole strategy behind that was to unhinge or unhook sex from marriage and the family unit, and it was a multi-tiered approach to sexuality over the years. But fast forward to 2025, and the idea that we have today is if you remove the boundaries around sex, then you make sure that people don't experience shame. And if they don't experience shame, then they won't feel bad and people will be liberated. But can I tell you, that's not true at all. You can remove all the boundaries, but it won't make a difference. Bridget Fatasi, who's a former columnist for Playboy magazine, who, by the way, is not a Christian. She wrote about her past life of promiscuity, of which there was significant. And she writes this article, and when she did, it blew up. Like, this article went far and wide. I just wanted to read you a portion of it. She says, at the time when she was sleeping with multiple people, she said, at the time, I would have told you I was liberated, even while I tried to drink away the sick feeling of rejection when my most recent hookup didn't call me back. At the time, I would have said one night stands made me feel emboldened, but in reality, I was using sex like a drug. She finishes by saying this, the lie I told myself for decades was, I'm not in pain, I'm empowered. And after decades, she goes, that's a lie, it's not true. She's still not even a Christian today, but even she understands that there should be some boundaries around this. And I think God knew that, which is why he places boundaries there. And I think Paul loved this church so much. He loved them enough to tell them the truth. And that's why, the reality is God put this covenant of marriage in place and said sex should happen inside the covenant of marriage because he knew how harmful it would be if it left those boundaries. You just see it. It just rips people's hearts and souls apart. And throughout time and history, Christian people have struggled with this. It's just the reality, right? They've crossed the line of God's standards. So here's a really important question. How should the church respond to Christians that are caught up in sexual immorality?